everyone else that might want to move to North Texas, just so you know, it's colder than Denver right now in terms of feeling. And it's also hotter in the summertime than anywhere else. Just don't. Welcome back to TTC Cars. I'm Brian.
And I'm cold.
Yeah, that's true. It is very cold. It is a whopping 17 degrees, and you northerners are used to that. We are not. Craig's got one of these around the camera because his hands are too cold. These are hand warmers. And look, behind us we've got another electric car. This is the Lexus RZ450e. I think it's relatively handsome. What do you think, Craig?
I agree. I think it looks good. It looks better than the BZ4XQE.
Right, or the Subaru Solterra, which is what this is based on. It's the same platform. It's just got a Lexus badge on it. And look, they've literally taken the Lexus nose and gone whoosh, slapped it on there.
It looks okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. And look, because it is an EV, you don't need mesh here. It can just be closed over. All the cooling is done down below. So you can actually have this Lexus nose. I think designers have been striking for a while. They can actually get it done. A lot of aero treatments going on. And this is actually illuminated. I think that's really cool. And when you're charging this thing, it is lit up.
Oh,
and when
like an indicator.
Like an indicator. When the charging is done, that thing shuts down. So coming on the side, we do have the luxury trim. So this one comes in at $65,000. And there's really no options on it other than that. I think there might be a heated windshield feature, which is a couple $100, but that's basically it. It comes pretty loaded for that. The only optical change is you get the 20-inch wheels. And this thing right here is a great looking wheel. It's kind of a black chrome finish. It is a 20-inch. It does affect range a little bit compared to the lower trim 18, but the lower trim 18 does not look great. This looks awesome. SP Sport Maxes, these are Dunlop 235 50/20. They look like a Dunlop version of Michelin's Pilot Super Sport. They look good. They look really good, and I'm here to tell you on the back roads, they actually grip pretty well. I'm actually really pleased with that. Fuel door, Craig. We're all about fuel doors here. And my biggest complaint here is that you have to push real hard to get that thing to open. And that's kind of it. There's nothing else to really complain about here. You've got your standard charger and you've got your higher charger for level 3. We've been doing level 2 at home with our Electron charger. That thing is great. If you're looking for one, we'll drop a link down below. It's a good charger. And to close it, you got to be purposeful with your pushing. That's pretty much it. Coming down the side, door handles. They are not actually handles, they're buttons. I like that a lot. And the chime to close this thing.
Oh.
I like that. That's nice.
So you gotta use a different noise?
A different noise just for this one.
Oh.
I'm a fan of that. I like it. I want to point something out. My son saw this, who is 7 years old, and said, "I don't understand that spoiler, Dad." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "How's that going to affect any downforce? How's that going to add downforce?"
Future engineer, maybe.
Potentially, very STEM kid, but he's got a point. That's not the point of this car. You don't want downforce. I had to explain that to him, so that's pretty cool.
How about this? That looks cool.
I think it looks awesome, actually. It makes the look better. Optically back here, we've got dimensional letters, very Lexus, and they're not gold finish like the Lexus of the 90s, which is probably a good thing. The wraparound taillight's kind of nice. I'm a fan of that, and it is real cold. The exhaust noise is 0 because it's EV. Let's check out the powertrain in the front. Let's go. It's cold. All right, before we all die out here, just a heads up, 17 degrees, but the wind chill is -1. We're pansies in Texas. We're not used to that. We're used to like 110 degrees. I guess we get it all here. Let's pop the front up here, Craig. And what the frunk? There's no frunk in here.
So where does your luggage go?
Well, it goes in the boot.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so look, they're not alone at this. Hyundai's done this too. But the Hyundai Ioniq 5 at least has a tray to hold your charger under here. It just feels like they're not trying very hard, and I'm a little bit annoyed by that.
It has orange bits.
It has orange bits, and it has an electric motor in the front and the rear. Power-wise, it's 308 horsepower. Total torque is 320. It's about 192 in the front, and the remainder is in the rear, so you actually have a higher powered motor in the front. So all out of the way, my hands are about to die. Let's check out the interior.
The Lexus RZ450e Direct 4. Brian, I don't know if you pointed that out. It means four-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive, yeah.
Yeah, if you get all-wheel drive, you have to get something on the outside to let you know you have it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you don't have it.
Right.
So let's get in here. Same Toyota sounds on that beep, but power opening, that's nice, good lift. Plenty of storage back here, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
We got our gear back here. We've got, let's see what we've got underneath, Brian.
We have not looked, actually.
Always a surprise. We're doing this live together. And we get underneath and, we get a power cord. Okay.
Well, but hang on, this is the 110.
Oh,
we had to use our own level 2.
So what you can do with this, Brian, is you can plug it into your wall, and then you can charge this and get 110 miles in about 5 days.
Come on,
okay.
For the people.
Hang on, for the people. This is how committed we are to our craft and our viewers. We know y'all need to know if you can put luggage back here, so you better like this part of the segment. So you put this, you pull that down, and boom, look at that. Brian, look at this side, boom.
That's pretty good.
And you could basically overland in here is what that means.
You actually probably could, and if you laid on that, that's pretty flat.
Yeah, it's really not bad. So, well, you couldn't overland because then you have to charge. Let's check out the rear seat. All right, Brian, get into the rear seat with our handy dandy fancy, not handle, just a little push button.
What?
There's a Lexus, so you get a padded sill at the top. That's nice.
Barely.
You get this nice suede thing right here, which is what's cool. You can do as a kid back here. You can do little designs in here, and that's fun. It's a really good feature the engineers put in there for you. Cell phone holder right here, or a wallet holder. And then your hydro flask goes right down there in the bottom. Let's get into the back and see what kind of room we have. Moonroof is really cool. I'll show you a trick on that in a second. Nice little light back here. Rear AC control. Heated seats in the back. Very nice on a day like today. And Brian, look at center armrest, which don't get in a lot of cars. And look, look, that little felt thing continues here, so you can do tic-tac-toe.
All of our antics aside, this material is nice.
No, it is really nice. It looks like a really nice, like mid-70s luxury Cadillac.
Actually, not bad.
Oh wow, that's really. Oh no, no seriousness, that's not terrible.
I'm barely touching, but if I was just, no, this is fine. Full pass.
Okay, and
full pass.
You could move that seat up, and you would get more room. Look, I got plenty of room. I'm sitting behind myself. We always forget to do this. I'm 5'9". You're 6'4".
Right.
That's you sitting behind yourself.
Yep.
That's me sitting behind myself. So there's that. We got to make sure that's clear.
Not bad.
To the front. Question before we go any further. These little hot pockets, these hand warmers.
Yeah.
If I eat it, will it warm me up? Like I'm that cold.
We'll find out.
Okay. Brian didn't want a spoon back there, so we're going to move up to the front. You get a nice padded armrest here, and then down in the center, it continues. A good phone holder, doesn't just drop through. That's nice. And again, one hydro flask holder, so you can only have 4 in this car.
Also, explain this real quick.
Oh, Brian, yes, I'm glad you pointed that out. If you just hit it normally, it opens the door, and it kind of pushes it out. It's nice. But if for some reason that's not working, you need a mechanical latch to actually open. You pull it once, not once, but twice. It even shows you there on the sticker. So you get out. Let's get in here. Let's put it in a normal position because I was sitting in Brian's. Very nice steering wheel, Brian. I want to show the people this. This is a, look, it is a Lexus, and Lexus has done their magic in the interior texture. Touch that.
Oh, man.
Isn't that nice?
I don't know what that is, but I want every car to have
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what it's made of, but I need more things made of that.
It feels like semi-aniline leather to me.
Let's start this bad boy up and see what happens. We get a nice full digital, we get a partial digital instrument cluster, which is interesting. You'd think for $65,000 this would be fully digital, but it's not. It's kind of partial digital. It's kind of like the mid-level Tacoma or Corolla or something.
Grand Highlander.
Grand Highlander, oh, that's right. Grand Highlander, you can get the big one or the small one. To be fair, this is a pre-production model.
Yes.
Maybe that changes. If you have one of these, let us know. This is just what we happen to have in our unit today and what we're driving, so there's that. Brian, this little thing right here, you know what that does?
It tells you you're not looking at the road.
It means you can't do anything except look forward. You better be looking forward. If you're not looking forward, you're in trouble.
Literally, if you look over to get your coffee cup, it pings and says, hey, pay attention.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Looking forward, you get a heads-up display, which is very interesting. Lexus has done this before to change things and settings. You do this little number, and you're like, you don't see anything happening. You're like, why is nothing happening? It's actually through the heads-up display. I'll be honest with you, it takes a minute for me to get used to it, but once I get used to it, it's not the worst.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, and it does work.
Let's talk about this little shifter right here.
Okay.
This shifter at night, you just see the illumination, and you don't tell it. You can't tell it's a park button.
Yeah, first time I drove it was dark, and I was like, how do I put it in park? I kept messing with trying to push this forward or move it, which is locked. You can explain that to him.
Yeah,
but that's you got to push this to put it in park.
But you know what? It does actually work. You push it down, and then you actually can scroll over to the right for D, back to the left for reverse. I'll be honest, it's not terrible if you just push down for neutral, and then you want to park, you just hit park. Qi charging, USB-C.
Works well.
Great infotainment like in all Toyotas.
Yeah.
Let's go drive it.
Like it.
All right, Brian, it's time for some EV magic. We're in the Subaru Solterra.
Nope.
Toyota BZ4X.
Nope.
Lexus RZ450e.
We're in sport mode.
Sport mode, hit it. Okay, good initial surge.
A lot of tug in the front.
A lot to 40.
Of surging.
And that, so it feels normal now.
60 miles an hour.
In 5.9 with me in the car. Not bad.
Pretty respectable.
I say not bad. Really, Lexus claims what?
5 flat.
What'd you get without me in the car?
5.31.
Not bad in really harsh conditions, actually, in all seriousness.
It's 18 degrees with a wind chill of -1, as I mentioned earlier. It's 18 degrees right now. With the heater on, our range at this point with 3/4 of a, not tank, but a battery, 84 miles.
Okay, that part's not good. So let's just talk about that for a minute. There are 3 models on this EV platform.
Right.
I joked about them earlier starting off. And
Solterra, BZ4X, whatever it is. And then
this is a big investment for these companies.
It is.
This is supposed to be the kind of their foray into an EV-only model.
Right.
Props to them for having an EV-only model. Good job.
Yep. There you
Now
go.
that's out of the way.
Yep.
This is not a very good one.
Not the best. Now, the one that comes to mind mostly to me is the Mach-E. And let's bring up some stats on that. It's $43,000 starting.
Yes, about $18,000 cheaper
Than this particular one is. Now,
Yes.
you can get the Toyota version of this for cheaper.
Fair.
Right.
Fair.
So the Lexus trim is, this one's 65 grand, seems like a lot. The range is claimed 196.
Yep.
When the press kit came out, it said 220.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of quietly become 196, and we're seeing in 60-degree weather, which is very reasonable, the most I've seen out of range with this is 139 miles.
See, and that's not good because a base Mach-E rear-wheel drive,
Right.
not extended range, you can get 247 miles. Like
What are we doing? Yeah. Now, to this thing's credit, there is a range mode, and that gives you more like 189 miles. But that means you can't use heat or AC at all.
you get no HVAC.
You get no HVAC, which I'm sorry, that's a golf cart. That's not a car.
Well, also, you can do that in your gas car to get more range too.
True, that's
So-
true. But we don't rate, the EPA doesn't rate it that way.
Okay,
So,
but all that out of the way though, Brian. Interior is, well, talk about the interior piece. Beautiful.
beautiful, very nice.
Once you get in this, you're kind of tall, hard for you to get in. I had no problems getting in, to be fair.
Just the A-pillar, but once I'm in, super comfortable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a very comfortable spot. They've created a good car here.
Oh, it's a great car. Yeah.
Plenty of room in the back. Ride and drive seems good.
That's what I'm going to get into mostly. The shock tuning on this is really good.
Especially considering you have 20-inch rims on this.
Exactly. 20-inch rims is 4,600 pounds. And if you remember this is a while back, the XSE Highlander, we were shocked at how well it was dampened. This reminds me of that.
And look, Toyota's shock tuning for some reason, unlike just normal cars, they've nailed normal
figured
cars.
it out really well.
And let's go back to the Mach-E. The Mach-E
Has a shock problem.
Has a problem there.
Exactly. This does not. And
Yeah.
this thing does not impact over bumps, even with 20s. And lean in is great. There's no massive body roll. And it handles really well.
All that to say, Brian, this is a vehicle I wish that it would just make a gas-powered version of, or a hybrid version of. Because the packaging of this car, the style of it, the functionality is great. The ride and drive is great. I just wish it was like a hybrid.
Same here. And I'll also say the packaging is good. It's not great. There's no glove box in this car.
Fair.
But all that out of the way, it looks nice, it rides nice, it's comfortable. If you need an EV, this is a good one to choose from. The hybrid would be nicer. But I think it drives better than the RX does.
With that, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Down at the bottom, leave some comments. Let us know if you got one and why you got it.
Have a good day.